What is up, all my beautiful YouTube family, friends, and loved ones? Welcome back to the Bad LSX Garage YouTube channel. In last week's video, we was looking for that mysterious Chevrolet shake problem. We went through several things and could not find the issue. And at the end of the video, I decided we would just correct the problem by, let's ignore it. Let's just put a 3.5 drop on the truck. Seems right. I mean, you look good at least while you're shaking down the road. So today, that's what we are going to do, is install a lowering kit from IHC, a 3.5 drop. Stick around, stay tuned, and let's roll to that intro. Get in a car like this and smile, there's something wrong with you. And fam, welcome back to the Bad LSX Garage YouTube channel. I'm glad each and every one of you decided to stop back by again this week to see what's going on here at the compound here at the garage. Now, like I said in the beginning, we could not find the Chevy shake. We have some ideas such as a dry shaft or possibly the driver's side axle, but we're just not going to worry about it. Today, we are going to work on dropping this truck, a 3.5 drop from IHC Suspensions. I got to be honest with you, fam. I had this kit on the way before I even had the truck fully in my name. It was one of those deals that I could not pass up. I got this whole kit for a little over 600 bucks. This kit is originally around 700 to 800 bucks. So yeah, needless to say, I went ahead and placed the order. Now, here is what the kit actually comes with. You do have the two lower arms, lower A-arms, that are designed to lower your truck to 3 inches. It does come with the strut braces or spacers, I would guess you would call them, that will also take it down just a little bit more if you would like it to. It does come with the links for your sway bar. It does come with the grease nipples, has extra grease nipples just in case. And the whole back lowering portion is just a flip kit. So you get your shackles, you get your shocks, you get your necessary brackets and bracing, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So if you're stopping by this video for full-on instructions how to actually lower your truck, guys, listen, this isn't going to be the video, because IHC Suspensions has done all the hard work for me and for you guys. They send you a couple of pieces of paper here with a QR code at the bottom. You scan this QR code and it tells you detailed instructions on how to blow this apart and how to put it back together. And if you don't want to mess with this, you can also go to their YouTube channel, and they also tell you detailed instructions on how to do this on a 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive, different years, models. So there's nothing really that I can interject in this video that would make it any better. But obviously, if I see something maybe along the way that could possibly help, of course I'm going to interject. That's what we do here. But right now, I'm going to set you guys up. I'm going to blow this apart, and we're going to see what happens. You know, one would think that this is a 2018 model. It wouldn't be that hard. Well, that's where I messed up, was thinking, because, well, let me get you guys in here. I've been working on this for about 3 hours, honestly. Yeah, I know there's not a lot done for 3 hours worth of work, but so we got all the ABS stuff out of the way. All the sensors are unplugged. The little Christmas trees that plug in top of the A-arm, you know, we've got it disconnected and thrown over to the side. Came over here, removed the whole bracket and the whole caliper assembly as one, and hung it over here to the side so there's no tension on the brake line whatsoever. Came over here to the tie rod, you know, loosened it up, gave it a couple of smacks. It fell right off the way it should. Come over here, loosened the top A-arm, loosened the lower A-arm, and left the nuts on, because obviously you don't want to drop this whole assembly on your work boot. I smacked on this one, it came right off. I've smacked on this one for 2 hours, and well, here it still is. So yeah, 2 hours, and I don't have a tuning fork, have no way to go get a tuning fork. So do I take this off as one assembly? or do I just wait and get a tuning fork?
Tomorrow.
Obviously, it's the next day. I decided last night just to stop before I hurt myself or tore something up. That it would be best just to go get the proper tool that I needed. So I went to Hobo Freight, picked it up, come back within 30 minutes, I had the hub assembly off. I forgot to press record. It's just one of those things. But what I can tell you is you definitely, if you're working on a 2018, you need to have these tuning forks or some sort of something to get these off, because from my understanding, from about 30 minutes ago that is, that these 2018 Silverados and Sierras are pressed fit tighter, that there's a tighter fitment than what they was on previous years. So taking a hammer to it like we was doing on the lower is not going to work like it used to on the other previous years. It will work on the top because you've seen that, but it won't work on the bottom. So just keep that in mind if you've got a 2018 up. We're almost ready for reassembly, but before we do that, we actually need to get in there and massage those pockets. And what I mean by massage is we need to get in there with a hammer and give it a good whack, front and back, side to side, and get those pockets spread out a little bit. Now, when you took the original A-arm out, it was tight. The bolts had everything cinched up, so it was hard to pull out. If you try to put this A-arm back in, you're gonna have a fight. So that's why you need to spread those out a little bit. Now, I'm not saying go crazy with it. You don't want a hot dog down a hallway situation. Nobody wants that. You just want a tight fit. You wanna be able to slip it in and then let your nuts and bolts do the work for you. After that, you wanna take some high temperature grease, preferably the red, and then spread around the bolt holes real good after you've massaged them. Then also do the same thing on the bushings, front and back. And this is going to stop all of your squeaks, your creaks, and all the unnecessary noises that you would have if you didn't do this. I'm sorry, fam, that I don't have a whole lot of time-lapse footage. The last that I told you guys was that you needed to spread open those boxes to be able to get the A-arm actually inside of those boxes. But you don't want to go so far as like throwing a hot dog down a hallway, I believe was my response. Well, let's put it this way. I fought with those for about an hour and a half before I could finally get the A-arm lined up enough and correctly to get it shoved in those boxes the correct way. I'm sure you guys didn't want to see me hitting those torque boxes for at least an hour in a time-lapse video, so I haven't recorded much. And by the time that it was time to record, I was already on a roll so much that I just wanted to get that side finished up. Got up this morning, put on the same clothes pretty much that I had on yesterday to come back out here and roll around in the grease and the mess and the aggravation. So when I started working on this side, I spent 3.5 hours trying to get this lower A-arm separated from this wheel assembly. Yes, I used the tuning forks. Yes, I used heat. Yes, I used a jack. I used everything. But after 3.5, probably closer to 4 hours, it finally decided to give up and break loose. And then again, by that time, I just didn't want to record anything. What's the point? It's going to be the same as it was on the other side. So we've got this wrapped up. It's ready. Well, almost. We have one more major detail to do on both sides before we can call this front end at least complete anyway. And that's actually going in here and taking 3/8 of an inch off the tie rods. You have to take 3/8 of an inch off the threads of the inner tie rod and 3/8 off the outer tie rod. For obvious reasons, I didn't go in and give you detailed instructions on the rear flip kit. There's no reason to. IHC Suspension has done all the work for you. When they send you the paperwork, there's also a QR code that you can scan with your phone that gives you detailed instructions on how to take this apart and reassemble. Or you can actually go to their YouTube channel, and there's also detailed videos out there that even breaks it down to the type of tools that you need. So there was really nothing that I could interject about this rear flip kit. The front, however, was a little bit of an aggravation. I'm not going to lie about it. It took some time, but it still wasn't anything to do with IHC Suspensions. It had nothing to do with their products or their instructions. It had to do with, one, I didn't know these 2018 Silverados had different tolerances. They have a tighter fit with the aarm and the wheel assembly, so you got to beat a whole lot harder, or you got to have the tuning forks, which I didn't have. I never had to use them before. I always used my hammer. Which brings me to my next point. I might need to buy a bigger hammer next time. But regardless, all of this took me 3 days. Now I know you're freaking out. 3 days? I don't have 3 days. Listen, right now is the day after Christmas. By the time you're going to watch this video, it's after the first of the year. I've been taking my time. I don't have to be in a hurry. If you do, you can easily have this done in 4 to 8 hours easily. If you bring a friend along, you can have it done a lot quicker than that. I'm doing all of it by myself as well, plus videoing, plus just not really in a hurry. So with that being said, calm down. It'll be okay, breathe. You can easily get this done in a day if you have to, but you will have to take it and get it aligned. I still have to take mine and get it aligned. We'll get that figured out. You can always do two things to a truck that just makes them look sick. One's a set of wheels, and two is a set of wheels and dropping them to the ground. And that just, I don't know, it just changes everything. What do you guys think? Put it in the comment section. It's officially 2025, and I cannot wait to see what this year is going to bring. Hopefully more motorcycle content, more Silverado content, and hopefully a lot more vacations and destinations on your way as well. Fam, I love each and every one of you. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, go down there and give old dad a big thumbs up. Leave a comment. What do you think about the truck? What else would you like to see happen to this 2018 Silverado? That's all I've got for this week, fam. I love you, and until next week. You ready? Let's do this. Peace. I'm out.